Welcome back to the Terri Mitchell Show. I'm now joined by Post Assistant Coach Jennie Baranczyk. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Now, you've been here 4 seasons already. Talk about how you've matured as a coach.
You know, I think when I came here, the biggest thing was Terri Mitchell and the accountability that she gave me for the post players in their development, in their game coaching, in their practice coaching, and all of that in all of those areas. I think my biggest growth has been in managing their personalities and in their individual focus. For example, Jess Patchko is one that's on the block, scores, can face a little bit, but really developing her on the block skill. I think also, you know, my first year coming here was Christina Quay. Well, she was a similar player in that sense with her being physical on the block, but she also faced a lot, and really bringing out their individual skills, I think, has been my biggest development.
Now, we're going to talk to Jess today on the show, but along with Jess, you also are responsible for Jocelyn Mellon, Serena Simmons, and Paige Fedorowicz. Talk about each player individually and how they've grown throughout this season.
Well, I think Jocelyn Mellon coming back obviously has had some injuries throughout her career. Her development has been more along like the leadership side, the strength side. She is one of our smartest, most versatile players that sometimes you get to see and sometimes you don't just due to injury. But her development in our defense, she's one of our best defenders. She is one of our best rebounders. Maybe her numbers don't always show those kinds of things, but as far as, she's kind of our glue person when she comes out, especially on offense, especially on defense, because she talks and she does, you know, she does so much in that sense. Paige Fedorowicz is one of our strongest players. She can dumbbell bench 85 pounds.
Yeah, and she doesn't look like
it. It's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. But she is a beast. She is undersized, but she is a beast on the block and trying. And she also is great on the perimeter. I mean, she's at her best when she can shoot a 15-foot jump shot. And people don't realize that, but that's her best. Serena Simmons, again, a very versatile player, a very athletic player. She is one that she's tried to master everything, and we're trying to break it down into very simple, small things. And I think when we can do that and when she can focus on really small things, she's at her best. I mean, she's one that you're going to come back and be like, wow, that was an awesome block.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, man, she just kind of got beat on defense. But man, that was a great take. And, you know, so she's one that you want to keep coming back to watch and see her development. I mean, you can watch the first game of the year and watch this last game, and she's a completely different player. And it's a typical freshman, you know. I mean, she's gotten a lot of minutes behind her name that she's not a typical freshman, but at the same time, she has just grown and grown and grown. And obviously, Jess Patchko, she has really stepped up in the last couple weeks. Her game, she has really dominated inside, and she has taken that leadership role in our team. But I think people in the conference are taking notice to her because she is a game changer. She can dominate games, and if she can continue to do this, her and Angel Robinson are onto something real special.
Can you compare the play of the Big East and the Post to Big Ten when you were playing?
Sure, and I think, you know, obviously our styles are a little bit different, and that's another development in your coaching because for her, like, she wants that, she owns that strength. She wants to be physical with players. So in some games, when you're playing people that aren't as physical, it can get her into foul trouble, per se, but at the same time, it's like she can go to Rutgers and play one of the most physical teams in the country and can dominate, have 19 points and 12 rebounds. I mean, that is her strength. The Big Ten, I think it's a little bit different. I think it's different now than even when I played. Not that it wasn't as physical, but I didn't necessarily want all that, where I'm more of a Jocelyn Mellon who needs to run around and use her quickness and use other things. But I think as far as the conferences, I think Big East is more of a diverse conference. I think we're a little bit faster than the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten, I mean, obviously is a great conference as well, but you know, obviously there's less teams. There's 11 teams compared to 16 teams, and when you're looking at the Big East Conference, 13 of our 16 teams go to postseason. And that's 2 more teams that are even in that conference. So we are a really, really strong conference, and I think it's physical and athletic.
Now, another role you have on the squad is on the staff is recruiting. And as a recruiter, obviously you're looking for the best player, but when you're looking at post in particular, what do you look for in a high school post player to say, hey, I can work with that kid, or they might fit into our system?
You know, a lot of things that, you know, people ask me this question all the time, how do you tell post players? Because typically post players develop different because they're double teamed all the time. So when I get players, they have no idea how to read. They have no idea, okay, where's the double come, because they've always had a double. Or they have no idea how to read, if someone's playing on this side, I need to go to this side. So the things that I look for are the rebounding, the hustle plays. I think a lot in this, especially with younger players now, they want to show their perimeter skills. When I want to see them on the block scoring over people, not that I don't like to see them face a little bit, but sometimes it's like, if you're bigger and you're better, get on the block and you score. And those are the kinds of things that we're kind of looking for.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.